Welcome to Inside the Ivy on Sports Report Radio. On the phone, here's a guy, I call him a friend, but not only is he a friend, he's a 2019 Cubs minor league pitcher of the year. Cory Abbott, welcome to Inside the Ivy on Sports Report Radio.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Cory, let's talk a little bit about yourself. You are a prospect. You were drafted in the second round by the Cubs in 2017. You've moved your way through the system. What's it like for you to pitch and be a pitcher in the Chicago Cubs organization, iconic franchise?
I think it's great. I mean, with the tools they give us, the coaches that we have, the experiences they have, just going through it through and through is just an amazing experience. I can't be happier than to be Chicago Cub, like a minor league pitcher in the Chicago Cubs organization.
Cory, last year you were in Tennessee. Next step obviously is Iowa, then Wrigley Field. But I've seen sometimes people jump all the way from Tennessee to Wrigley Field. But last year you were a Southern League All-Star. What was that like to pitch in Tennessee, Double-A? I mean, you're pretty darn close to major leagues, and there's guys that you're pitching against that are going to be playing in the major leagues. What was that like for you, that experience in Tennessee last year?
I think it's a great experience, kind of knowing your mindset that you have a lot of guys that had major league experience that are down in Double-A. You have guys that, jump up and down just from Double-A. And then you have, the superstar prospects as well that you always see, like Twitter and stuff, are like, just posted everywhere. And you get them out. It's just a good feeling. And you're like, I can do this. I can be here. I deserve to be here and to keep moving forward.
Cory, we were talking off the air on this, but I've watched you in the press box, and I know how focused you are and how you study, and it's so important to study this. What's it like for you being in the Cubs organization, surrounded by all these coaches that are trying to get you to the big leagues and get you the best player you can be? How much is studying a part of getting to the big leagues?
I mean, I don't know if it's so much as studying as it is collaborating, because there's so many useful tools. Like we have what we call as Ivy, that kind of gives us information on these hitters, gives like all the analytical stuff. Last year we had our own analytical coach at Tennessee, and there was one in AAA as well that would kind of help us, talk us through it. And then when it came down to actually start day, it would be myself, our pitching coach, the analytical coach, and the catcher kind of talking through the game plan, how we're going to execute batter to batter, looking at their zones, their trends, everything. It was actually absolutely mind-blowing what we have on the hitter and then what they have on us with the scouting reports on the other side.
Cory, you've been traditionally a starter that I've watched you as a starter. What's it like grabbing that ball and starting a game? How cool is that to get up there and know that you're going to set the tone for the whole game?
I kind of remember a quote with Kershaw talking about butterflies, and when he stops, getting that, he's going to retire. It's the same kind of deal. I kind of get that. You get anxious, the butterflies, and you go out there, you hear a walkout song, and you kind of lock in and go to work. I don't know. You always have to fight it. It feels good. And then once you're in the moment, going pitch to pitch, you kind of, just zero in and forget about the rest.
Hey, Cory, growing up, you grew up in California, correct?
Yeah.
Were you a pitcher from the beginning, or did you play other positions growing up?
I played a lot of positions. I was the 4-year starting varsity catcher at my high school, and I kind of switched around. We had 3 games a week. I would catch the first game with our number 1 guy, and then I would pitch the second game, and then I would play third base the third game. So I was kind of moving all the way around, and then when the offers started coming through, I had a lot of offers to be a two-way And then I just kind of made the decision I'm going to be a pitcher only. I kind of enjoyed that more. Started losing love for catching. But yeah, so I started going into pitching and then became a pitcher only through college, and here now.
Cory, you're a second round pick. I mean, that's really good. I mean, there's a lot of rounds in Major League Baseball draft, or there currently is. Okay, not sure what's going to happen in the future, but second round.
Not this year, I don't think.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit different there. I mean, it's kind of a strange time, and we feel for people across the country that have this, but being a second round pick, but going out there, are there extra expectations on you second round? Or do you just put that on yourself that I'm going to perform and I'm going to get out there and I'm just going to really rock it for the Cubs? Or are you just pretty calm most of the time?
I mean, the second round status doesn't really, I haven't thought about that in a long time. I think I put more emphasis on it when I first got drafted, had the expectation, but it's not for the Cubs. It's not the expectation, that's putting pressure on me. It's more so myself and knowing that I think I can keep, I can get to the major leagues and continuously proving that through and through each year. So, I don't know. For me, the second round status doesn't really matter to me anymore. It's always cool to see, but it means nothing when you're in Double-A. Everyone's on the same playing field.
That's interesting. That's good. Good analogy. So, hey, Cory, with the strange thing happening with spring training canceled due to the coronavirus and not sure when it's coming back, are you having a chance to stay in shape? Is it tough to find places to work out at? And how are things going for you right now, keeping in shape?
So, it happened so fast, and a lot of, grown-up decisions kind of came up fast right along with it. I lived with Tyson Miller and myself, and we had Ryan Kellogg as well. But Kellogg went to California, and then Tyson and I decided to stay in Arizona because eventually we're gonna have a spring training. So we tried to extend the lease. Then they said we couldn't. Someone was moving in, and we actually just heard a couple days ago that we're able to extend it for another 3 months. So we're starting to actually, get settled back in. The coronavirus is here, blah blah blah. But we found a facility. We're throwing at the park right down the street. So we're kind of getting back in the swing of things. We're getting back into our routines and kind of being as normal as possible.
Hey, Cory, how beautiful is the Cubs facility in Mesa? We've been to other facilities. We've been out there. Isn't it just phenomenal what the Cubs have done and what the city of Mesa has built for the Cubs there with the Performance Center and all the facilities they have with the backfields there?
Yeah, I absolutely love the facility. I love being around that area. It's in a great spot. It's in Mesa, but it's pretty much in Tempe and borderline Scottsdale. Great location. Love working out and lifting in that huge facility. And then we have, everything's big and new. It's still shiny, it feels like to me. And I love it. I wish I could be in that facility right now, but it's locked down tight.
Well, Cory, I appreciate you taking some time tonight. Our goal is to talk to a lot of these great young stars that are coming up through the Cubs organization. And I know from watching you in South Bend, watching you in Myrtle Beach, and watching you in Tennessee, I know you're going to make it to the big leagues one day soon. And I look forward to being there to follow your career. We're going to stay in touch with you. But, Cory, thanks so much, buddy, for taking your time. We appreciate it so much to be on Sports Report Radio.
No problem. Thank you.